Robbins. Been a captain now since over here since 1997. Prior to that, I was with my father, who also was a captain for about 35 years. I graduated high school in 1982 on a Friday night. I was back on a fish boat Sunday, and that's how I started my career. And I've worked tugboats and other vessels here in the bay. What I think about Ocean Products, because I remember going down there as a kid and digs with my dad to get stuff. You know, he was, like I say, a career waterman, and that was the place to go if you need supplies. Excellent service. Of course, you know, knowing everybody down that way too. You know, it's always a, you know, special part of the business. We here at Ocean Harvesters feel like they're taking care of us. They're our special company. You know what I mean? It's like a part of Ocean Harvesters. They understand what we're doing. They've been with us from, you know, the early 50s, and you know, it's a company that you feel secure with, and when you got a good product and you got good people, you stick with it. It's unbelievable, because like I say, through the years of fishing, I've seen the different ropes and stuff, and the technology. And one thing about Ocean Products, they've always kept up with the times. And as a matter of fact, the sales reps have introduced us to different products, like, hey, Cap, you ever tried this? Or this is something new we got. You know, we'll custom it any kind of way you want, or splice it up what size you need. And they've always been very good to call them on the phone, you know, and I'll say, like, hey, I need something, you know, on a Wednesday. And is it, what do you need? How long you need it? What do you want? How you want it? We'll have it straight. We'll get it over there to you. So, you know, you just don't find that quality service anymore. It's that custom cut, you know, the custom work that they do for the customer, you know, that's special. When you talk to those reps on the phone or go down to visit the store, you know, you just feel comfortable, because you know that you're going to get exactly what you need, and you tell them what you're looking for, and they'll customize it any kind of way you want. And especially now with the newer products, they're always on the cutting edge of the newer products. And I'm always open, and you know, some of the fellas don't like change, but I'm all about the change, you know, because I know there's some really good products out there that hold up. Yeah. Not only do they service us here in Reedville, Virginia, they also service our two companies in Louisiana and Moss Point, Mississippi. And so they're not just, they're covering a lot of territory. Yeah. Their products and their service is a staple on the whole East Coast with the draggers and trawlers and stuff like that. So, I mean, a lot of people depend on Ocean Products. And if you've never worked with Ocean Products, give them a call. They'll return your call right away. Go by and visit their shop down in Diggs, Matthews County, and just go down there and see them, watch them in action. I remember going down there as a kid, and my dad would carry us down there to get crab drudge stuff and oyster stuff, and you know, and just watching everybody in there working and rigging stuff up, you know, was fascinating. one thing at Ocean Products, you know, is a specialty type thing we need, and we're finding some of these newer lines are acting, you know, are excellent, you know, and there's a cost to them, and but we're looking at the longevity of the line, and they do some really fine work over there in customizing the different tailoring our needs. They're not just say, well, we can't make that, you have to buy a whole coil, or, you know, they're like, well, yeah, Cap, what size you need, what's your, you know, what diameter do you want, what length, we'll cut it, and is there a special way that you want it rigged, any type of hardware or whatever, you know, we're right on it. And so that's always nice. That just saves you the work of buying a whole coil of line, and then you say, okay, well, now we got to rig it up, you know, whereas you know, we've got to catch fish. We're out there doing that, and to call them on the phone on a Wednesday and have it laying on your deck on Sunday night, all rigged up, ready to go. That's priceless right there. You know, one thing about Ocean Products, being located in down in Diggs in Matthews County, they're just so convenient and locally sourced, which is, this day and time is, you know, you don't find that anymore. And they're a lot like their company's a lot like our company in a way. I mean, they're family owned and operated, and you know, it's a lot of generational people working, and that speaks for itself. You know, you feel comfortable with them, and you know, they're going to make sure that you're satisfied. If you're not satisfied, they're going to bend over backwards to try to satisfy you. When you can get on the phone and talk to somebody, you know, nowadays that's a rarity. You know, and these people will come out and set up an appointment. They'll come out and meet with you, and you know, and they'll bring samples, and you know, and really spend time, and they'll check back up on you. You know, it's not just about sales, which is nowadays people just want to sell you something and move on, and that's why I like Ocean Products. This fall, you know, we had a couple of the reps come over, and the captains met with them, and we had some different things that we had tried the season before, and they wanted to take brake tests and stuff like that on it, you know, to kind of back up their product, and I was really impressed with that. You know, I tell you, one of the great qualities of Ocean Products is some of the sales reps and owners and stuff, they'll actually come and go out on the boats and come down and check out what's going on in the trenches, you know. And when I say trenches, out on the bay and out in the ocean, make trips, and you know, they're actually seeing their product working, and then they take that information back, and then they'll get back to you, and it's kind of like a back and forth. And they'll say, hey, Cap, I got something I think will probably work better. Are you willing to try that? And you know, some will say, no, I want to stick with what I got. Others will say, yeah, I'm willing to try it. And they're like, well, here, take some of this and use it, and let us know how you know, what you think of it. If you like the product, if you don't, you know, we'll call it straight up. But if you like the product, we'll try to keep it in stock and furnish it for you the best we can. Well, I could say this about Ocean Products. If you deal with those people down there, one, you're going to get the best quality there is on the market. You're going to get the customer support, which is, you just don't get that anymore. And I'd say they're an old school company. in a modern day. You know, one thing about Ocean Products, their sales reps will actually deal with the captains, whether it be one-on-one, conversation, over the phone, breakfast at a local restaurant or whatever. They just come down and talk to you and want to know what your needs are. And I even remember when we started using this as a newer type of purse line that had Kevlar in it, and this stuff was really tough, and they would throw in a serrated knife, you know, and they'd give like, here, take this knife. This is one for you and one for your mate. And you know, it's just that special treatment that you get with Ocean Products that I can imagine dealing with anybody else.